it was Roxanne Day, and I kind of got excited. Um, I hadn't really watched too many previews on her, and I kind of got excited the way that I did when they released Kofi, and I was like, "Oh, you could buy him for $100. That's awesome." Viscera was awesome. No, granted, you didn't have to buy Roxanne, but I got excited like that and shot her straight up. Um, Slightly disappointing news. If you struggle plate wise and whatnot, she's going to be good for you. I know what you're like. What do you mean disappointing? If you do well plate wise, she's not going to be great for you. Roxanne hits kind of at the lower end of the female tech area. And before we take a look at her, I'm going to tell you right now that Charlotte with a Green Piper hits harder. Liv with the Maze Crown and Snowfall hits harder. I am pretty sure that this hits harder. Who else we got? Jacqueline? I'm not sure on Jacqueline. I think Jacqueline might be tit for tat, between the silence and that. And that's a little disappointing. So if we look at Roxanne, typically, as of late, you have two plate setups that you could run on somebody. For her, the leech with the anniversary and the leech plate itself are one setup. The move damage is going to be the other with the god dang it, the chic plate. Right? So that's really it as far as plates go for her. And there's a couple different ways that you're able to run the move damage. And I'm going to show here you've got MP up, you've got the move damage, you've got that. This move is completely the exact same as this move. The only difference is one has a reversal, the other one has a buff. So, and I say reversal, MP up is a reversal. It is a problem against people like Mommy, Julia, and there's Liv. Tech Liv. So there is that problem. We could get loaded up on our green with this if you have... let's say you don't have the 8th anniversary and you've got 8 of these lying around. You could do it that way. Those are going to be times 2. They're not going to be fantastic by any means. It's not good enough to super sub with. It's just one of those. It is another option. So you can get started that way. You can get started this way. You could do this way. No matter what you do, you're still going to end up doing about 100 million with the move damage, give or take. It's give or take 10 million. So if you do it, and I spent about an hour just different trainers, the best trainers, all of it. It all ends up being about the same. Nothing really helps her to hit up. And because she is stuck with this is where Jacqueline's leech leave off too. So there's nothing unique about her. She does 50% more gem damage than what Jacqueline does on just that one move. But her biggest issue is this right here. a 5x5 area. They crippled her by doing a 5x5 area. If they would have made it a 7x7, I would have had no gripes. She would have gone up from about 120 to 150 million and been perfectly fine. But she doesn't. So therefore, she hits less than all of our recent female technicians. All of them. Now, she's still usable, right? You're still going to get a lot of hype for her this MLC. So I'm not saying don't use her. But if you're going to be investing wild hype, I would caution you to do so, kind of sparingly. This is what we're going to be looking at. Let's do it this way. That way nobody's confused. Okay, this is the most ideal setup that I could find with her. I did the math. This did the most. This did more than having, what's his butt, Viscera in here, okay? Let's just go ahead and throw Viscera in there. Because really our multiply is going to be increased by 40%. So that's better. We're talking about small increments. So it's not going to be huge. But when we're dealing with multis, we got to fine tune everything. She is definitely somebody that you're going to want to fine tune. And like I said, the biggest thing, we're going to imitate the yellow move no matter what we do. We increase our green MP. Yay. We throw out this. It's a random area. We get our multiplies thrown out. Now we have a 5x5 area that we cover, which means how many multiplies are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Scoot them over. Now how many are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck. All right, move it down. It's move it here. Now how many we're missing? 1, 2, 3. Plus hang on. 1, 2. Yeah, just 3 there. You have to sit there and guess where's going to be the best spot. This is not how we play modern cards. And as much as I was excited about this card, I'm not afraid to sit here and bash it. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to fix it because of the fact that she's not Tiffy, right? And I'm not saying Tiffy was, anything special. Tiffy was crap when she first came out. Now Tiffy's got 100 different things and all that. The problem with Roxanne is it doesn't really matter what they throw at her. It could be 50% gem damage, 100% gem damage. She's always going to be about the same because she just misses so much of the board by doing 25 gems out of the 49. How do you correct that? The only way to do that is to go with a rumble. So you're going to lose your 200%, which is fine. A rumble is going to do more than what that would do. And you don't want to lose your multiply gems, but you definitely want to use the green rumble. As you see, I only have one of them. I passed on one not that long ago, and I can't remember what I took instead. But I'm kind of wishing I had that son of a bitch now. That would be really useful for her. So, not the fastest. You can 2-click with the rumble, but she just leaves so much more to be desired. And I just wish there was more for her. Going back to the move damage, this is going to be your ideal set for move damage because this is going to do the most. you're going to do about 120 million. If you take out the leech and put in anything else, right there, you're introducing reversals. But let's say you're more worried about MP down. This move alone is worth about, give or take, 20 million, right? Because you're at the 1.7 million mark. You got 25 of them. We're losing about 10 per. So that's easy math. I don't know why we're pulling out the calculator. You're hitting 15 of them. Okay, so let's do that. Let's look at that. 15 of them times 1.8 million. It's 27 million. That's how much you're losing by removing that, even if you're adding the move damages and all that. So just keep that in mind. Even if you're running a Sheik plate, I would encourage you to run it triple green. We'll break all these so that we're not seeing a buff. We're going to keep Zombie Chelsea. And of course, this would be with 150% move damage. You really can get away with just keeping this gem damage with a Sheik plate. Why can't we start? Oh my god, what is going on? What is that screen? Okay, here we go. You can run the Sheik plate. Green Rumble is the best plate for the bottom. This is what we have on it for now, so we're going to keep running it this way. I'm not taking my Green Rumble off of Mommy. I need to get some good luck and get one. Even though it's going to be harder now that we're heading to a new year, new plates. But hopefully we can get our hands on one because she desperately needs it. The only other thing that I could recommend, but I don't think it would be better, would be a Maze Crown. Interesting. Hang on. Of course, I don't have a open slot. Who's that strap on? It is on EO. EO? Maybe. It's either on EO or Cena. It's on Cena. Because I had to use him, and this is my health strap. Last time is now. Okay. This combination, if you don't have the 8th anniversary, is going to help clean up that board a little bit better than that 5x5 area. I feel like I'm missing something. Whenever you break four... No, this is right. Okay. This is an option. Now, this is going to be, like I said, if you are... don't have the 8th anniversary, maybe you don't have a Rumble, but to get a second wave of green is going to be big for her. Now, I don't know. I don't think there's a good leech generator. In the coaching spot. I think there's just the one. And that's not worth looking at if it's just one. And there's that one, right? Create one. Da, 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 da. And the problem is you're not guaranteed to not miss it, but let's see, on this end, generate, countdown, traps. Moves that generate leech gem will create 5 more leech gem. You do have this as an option, and you'd run with 17k Santa. You would remove the Super Frankenstein and put one of the yellows or something like that. Or, hang on, let's have some fun with her, shall we? Okay. We are going to go generate 5. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the Mae Young strap to do this right with. That would be what I was saying earlier with that. I have a Mae Young. It's not going to trigger without that other plate. So we're creating 5 leech. Let's see if we've got anybody else that's in this generate snowfall, juggernauts, cross breaks, 3 or more green gems, black gems. X breaks, silence, calm, cross breaks, protect, heals, traps, cross breaks, botch. Okay, so that's going to be our best bet there. On the back end, the reason I'm showing this is because of the fact that they do 1.8 million per. Let's do something like that, right? And then in this spot, do something like this. Okay. And then here we are going to go here, do this, bop, bop. So now we are creating 31 leech at 1.78 million. Goes up to 1.8. Let's do 31 times 1.8. There we go. 55 million. So let's say you're able to do a clean sweep of the board. You're doing that with this. That would be, call it unblockable. You know, the only way that it's can be blocked is if you miss, right? Which we are going to miss with the 5x5. But if you're running the May Crown with the other thing, then you're going to catch those up. You're also buffing them by 250%. So you got 2 boards that are buffed by 250%. So I think that would be significant. That, of course, is using a steel turn. It wouldn't look that much different without the steel turn. We would just throw in woods, and then here you could do Santa. Or I would do Santa over the leech, because 1.8 million on its own is not going to be a significant enough removal for that. So you can do it this way as well. And then we just have more leech on the board. So let's just run through with this. There's not a great way for me to calculate it. Every board's going to be different, and that's the unfortunate thing. You're going to miss a bunch of leech when it comes to this, and they're so strong you don't want to miss them. So our options are doing the May Crown with the new Era plate, and then we fill up using this. We throw this out there. The board, I could tell, already looks fuller. We are still we're losing 1, 2, 3. If we move it over to here, we are losing 4. We move it down to here, we're losing 4. We move it to here, we're losing 3. Just not a great way to catch all that. And that's where your rumble, where your mace crown with the new era plate are going to make up for that. Um, and if you're missing that 8th anniversary, that is what I would encourage you to look at. Um, and even more so, I would encourage you to do that with triple green. You can't do that triple green. You could still use the May crown along with the new era plate with triple green. Would that be better than a chic? I don't know. Maybe. How many title moves do I have? 1 point. Ooh, I've used quite a bit today. Just moving this strap back and forth between her. I'm not going to move it again. This is that strap that I was looking at. 150 is significant, but gem damage will outweigh move damage any day of the week. This is not greater than this. So keep that in mind when you're going to build your strap. I do firmly believe that this would be greater than the chic plate with the May crown and the new era. Other than that, that's Roxanne in a nutshell. I'm just kind of upset that she's not as good as the other female techs. She's close, but I just don't think she's there. And that was the case when Liv first came out. When Liv first came out, she barely did 100 million. And while that was exciting, it just didn't seem like it was enough. And I don't know why. This is what we ran when she first came out, right? And we didn't have the snowfall plate. And it just seemed underwhelming. That's kind of how Roxanne feels at the beginning. Will she get better? We'll see. You know, moments could impact her. I just have a feeling, not the moments itself, if they ever do a gear for her, which they may with the holidays. You know, we're about to get some gears this weekend. I'm not sure if she's one of them. But I have a feeling it's going to be leech damage, and that's just doesn't transfer well. Unless it's something big like, what's her butt? EO. That's big. 300. Cena might be something even that I might look at because he's 200, but I don't think he'll be better than Chelsea while I'm running the 8th anniversary. So there's Roxanne. I hope you like her. I hope she's good for your roster. I just don't see myself going to use her. She will be kind of hyped for by default before everything's said and done. But I'm definitely saving my hype for Michelle McCool, who for me does, you know, with the Whaley things, Michelle McCool is better. And she covers a Hall of Fame class, which is just bad. So there's Roxanne. Hope you all have a good New Year's.